Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
So this morning we are going to discuss our first topic in your science subject. But before anything else, Reynard, please lead the prayer.
Classmates are ready to pray.
Yes, we are.
Father,
Son, and Holy Spirit.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
So today we are going to discuss about the respiratory system. So first, everyone please try to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So, what do you think are the parts of the respiratory system where the air flows as you inhale and exhale? What do you think are those parts?
Nose.
What else?
Arms.
What else?
Lungs.
What else?
Trachea.
What else? Anything else?
Bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli.
Oh, so the nasal cavity, which includes the mouth and the nose, your pharynx, larynx, your trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli, lungs, and the diaphragm. Those are the parts of the respiratory system. So, before we proceed to our discussion, we have here the activity entitled What a Bunch of Grapes. So, what you're going to do is to determine the parts of the grapes that are similar to the parts of the respiratory system. For example, this branch, the stem, the twigs, and the fruits. So, what do they represent? If we compare them with the parts of our respiratory system. So, who can answer the first part? Yes, Reynard? Yes. So, the branch represents the
Trachea.
trachea. Next, the stem. Yena. So, the stem represents our bronchi. Next, the twigs. What do the twigs represent? Yes, Bea? So, the twigs represent the bronchioles. Bronchioles. It's supposed to be letter.
I.
Next, and the last is the fruit. What do the fruit represent? Yes, Ellen? You have the initiative to stand up and congratulate you with that. So, the fruit represents our alveoli. Next, we are going to discuss the parts and the function. So, previous slides, please. So, the parts of the respiratory system is we have the nasal cavity, the pharynx, the larynx, the trachea, the lungs, the bronchi, bronchioles, and the alveoli. So next is the function of each of those parts of the respiratory system. First, we have the nasal cavity. Nasal cavity serves as the entrance of the air. So Reynard, please read from the slide.
Nasal cavity serves as the entrance of the air to enter the respiratory system. It filters as well as warms and moistened the incoming air.
Oh, so the nasal cavity, which is composed of our nose and mouth, it serves as the entrance for the air we breathe, and it also serves as filter, or what we call the one that filters as well as warms and moisturize the air that enters our body. Next is the pharynx. You can read from the slide. Yes, Bea.
Pharynx. It has an essential role for both respiratory and digestive system. It carries air, food, and fluid down from the nose and mouth.
So this part, which is the pharynx, have an important role, not only in our respiratory system, but also in our digestive system. So it serves as the passageway of air and food. So this is the part where the air from our nose and the food from our mouth passes through before it goes down to other parts of our respiratory as well as the digestive system. Next part is our larynx. Yenna, please read.
Larynx. It is a hollow tube that lets air pass from the pharynx to the trachea, also called the voice box. Contains vocal cords that is essential to human speech.
Yes, so our larynx is also called our voice box. So it is very important, especially for us to produce sound. So if we speak, this larynx plays a significant role. So here it is. It is a hollow tube that connects our pharynx and our trachea. So it serves as passageway or another pathway for the air. After it enters our pharynx, it will goes down to our larynx before it proceeds to the next part, which is the trachea. Ellen, let's read.
Trachea. It is a flexible tube that provides a reliable pathway for oxygen to the body. It warms and moisturizes air before it enters the lungs.
Trachea. So our trachea is also called our windpipe. So it is also called as windpipe. That serves as filter. Another filter for the air before it enters our lungs. So, after the trachea, the air will be divided in the Y tube or T tube part, which is the bronchi. Reynard, please read.
Bronchi help moisturize the air and screen out foreign particles, allows the air to enter the lungs.
Yes. So, this part is our bronchi. After the trachea, the air will enter this T tube or Y tube before it enters our lungs. So, in here, the air will be filtered again. so that our respiratory system can ensure that the air that goes through our lungs is fully cleaned, or it is ensured that this is full of oxygen without any other particles or any other substances, because it was filtered from pharynx, filtered in trachea, and filtered again in our bronchi. So after it enters our bronchi, it will proceed to the next part, which is our bronchioles. Bea, please read.
Bronchioles carries oxygen-rich air into the lungs and carry carbon dioxide-rich out of the lungs.
Yes, so bronchioles, it carries air to and from the to the lungs and from the lungs. So after the air pass through the bronchi, the air is fully oxygen rich or oxygenated air. Oxygenated, I mean, brother. Oxygenated air will pass through the bronchioles and it will enter the lungs. So, bronchioles is also the one that collects the deoxygenated air coming from inside the lungs. Then next part is our alveoli. Yeah, now let's read.
Alveoli. This is where the lungs and blood oxygen exchange. This is where the lungs and blood exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide. They have the balloon-like structure that provides maximum surface for the exchange of gases.
So this is our alveoli. It is located mostly in the bronchioles. It is attached to the bronchioles, and this is the part where the exchange of gases takes place. So the blood enters here, which the blood carries the carbon dioxide rich blood. So the carbon dioxide will be replaced by the oxygenated air. Then those oxygenated air, the oxygen in the air will blend into the blood, and that oxygenated blood will transport those oxygen to the other part of our body. So the exchange of gases takes place here in the alveoli. The lungs give the blood the oxygen, and the blood gives off the lungs the carbon dioxide, which will become the waste product of the respiratory system. The waste product of the respiratory system is the carbon dioxide, which is the air that we exhale or we breathe out. Next slide. The next part is our lungs. Ellen, please read.
Lungs. This is where the gas exchange or the respiration takes place. Warms air to match body temperature and moisturizes it to the humidity level that body needs.
So, the exchange of gas takes place inside this part, or which we call our lungs. This is where the exchange of gases takes place, most specifically in our alveoli. And the last part is our diaphragm. Reynard, please read.
It is the primary muscle that aids breathing.
So it is the primary muscle that aids breathing. So it helps us to easily breathe in and breathe out, because in our next topic we're going to tackle how the diaphragm affects our breathing. But for now, to be exact, the diaphragm is the main muscle that aids us in order for us to breathe or to inhale and exhale. So, I already given to you the parts and the function of each parts of the respiratory system. So, what you're going to do now is to answer this activity. So, you're going to put the part where the air passes through. So, you're going to arrange it from the very first part where the air enters our body. So you're going to put it, we have 7 parts. We're going to exclude some parts that is not necessarily the passage of the air. So first, number 1, what is the first part where the air flows? Yes, Ellen. So the first part is our nasal cavity. The air will enter our nose and mouth. Next, after the nasal cavity, the air will go through our or to our brother. Where will be the air going after the nasal cavity? Yes, Reynard. Oh, you sucks in your handwriting. So the next part will be the pharynx. After the pharynx, we have yeah. Larynx. So after the pharynx, the air will proceed to our larynx. Next, yes, Bea. The air will go through our trachea. After the trachea, which part though the air passes through? Helen. Is the bronchi. So after the bronchi, what's next? Reynard. It is the bronchioles that goes after the bronchi. It is the bronchioles. So last, the last part or the destination of the air. Yan na. Diaphragm. Are you sure? Is it the diaphragm that it is the last destination of the air? Is correct? So what is the last part that where the air the last part where the air enters is our is it lungs?
Alveoli.
The al
Alveoli.
alveoli.
Very gusto lang sa'yo.
It is the alveoli. It is the alveoli where the chain or the exchange of gases takes place. Next, evaluation. So, we already finished discussing the parts and functions of our respiratory system. So, to assess your understanding about what we have tackled, we're going to do our evaluation. So, please get 1/4 sheet of paper. Number 1. What is the respiratory system? Letter A, the body's breathing system. Letter B, the body's system of nerves. Letter C, the body's food processing system. Or letter D, the body's blood transporting system. Number 2, air can enter in which part of the body? A, mouth and nose. B, esophagus. C, pores. D, windpipe. Are you done?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Number 3, what is the other name for trachea? A, voice box. B, windpipe. C, vocal cords. Letter D, air sacs. Number 4, what important activity takes place inside the lungs? A, digestion of food. B, liquid waste is filtered from the blood. C, exchange of gases between oxygen and carbon dioxide. Or letter D, water is exchanged for carbon dioxide. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Number 5, which organ is made up of air-carrying tubes and tiny sacs? A, brain. B, lungs. C, stomach. D, diaphragm. Number 6, which of this order is the correct path of the air? A, pharynx, trachea, larynx, bronchi. B, pharynx, larynx, bronchi, trachea. C, larynx, pharynx, bronchi, trachea. D, larynx, pharynx, trachea, bronchi. Next, number 7. The following are the parts of respiratory system except A, nose. B, trachea. C, lungs. D, heart. Number 8. What is the main organ of the respiratory system? A, heart. B, brain. C, lungs. D, kidney. Are you done?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Number 9.
Waste product.
Waste product that lungs give off. A, oxygen. B, hydrogen. C, nitrogen. D, carbon dioxide. And last, the structure that serves as the passageway of both air and food. A, pharynx. B, trachea. C, larynx. D, bronchi. Are you done?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, please pass your paper. Thank you. So, for your assignment, please copy, research on how the diaphragm affects the entry and exit of the air in the lungs. So this will be our next topic in our next meeting. How the diaphragm affects the entry and exit of the air in our lungs. So that's all for today. See you in our next meeting. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you and God bless everyone.